Hello baseball fans. This video is my all-time White Sox team from 1959 updated through the 2019 season. I'll start off with the pitcher, who is Mark Buehrle. He had an excellent career with the team, making the All-Stars 4 times. Catching is Carlton Fisk. This was kind of the second half of his career. He's also the Red Sox all-time catcher during this era, and then he had continued and had a great stint with the White Sox as well, making the All-Stars 4 times and the Hall of Fame in 2000. At first base is Frank Thomas. He is he's the best contributor in the point system that I use for the team. He made the Hall of Fame, had an excellent career with 2 MVP seasons, and he had several monster seasons in the early 90s. Through 2000 was also a great season where he had a great batting average and a lot of power numbers. If you want to see more about how I develop these points, check Al's all-time stat details video, which is part of the 2018 playlist. At second base is Ray Durham. He had a good run with the team in the late 90s and the early 2000s, making the All-Stars twice. And then Robin Ventura is at third base. He also had a good run through the 90s with the team. At shortstop is Hall of Famer Louis Aparicio. In the late 50s and early 60s, he was with the team leading the league in stolen bases several times and making the All-Stars several times. Recent Hall of Fame addition Harold Baines is the leading outfielder. He made the All-Stars 4 times, had many very good seasons with the team. Maglio Ordonez didn't have that many years with the team, but he had 5 excellent seasons he put together in the late from 99 through the early 2000s, when he made the All-Stars 4 times and had some really great statistical seasons. And then Carlos May is the final outfield position. This view includes the players who didn't make the starting lineup, the next best 6 pitchers and the next best 3 hitters. Several very good pitchers have played on this franchise over the years. This is unchanged from last year, except Jose Abreu got more points. You see that the White Sox have had an abundance of good hitting first basemen. So we have a 2014 card for both Konerko and for Abreu during his rookie. That's his rookie card. And Konerko was kind of winding down his career at that point, and Abreu was coming up. It's going to be tough for Abreu to crack into the starting lineup, which we see here on the left. Frank Thomas had awesome numbers at first base. And this is a view here of the starters on the left: pitcher, catcher, first base, second, third, short, and then 3 outfielders. And then the pitchers on the right, you see through many eras. In the 60s, they had great pitching. Then they had Chris Sale most recently. And then in the 90s, you had Alvarez and Fernandez. Here's a view of the numbers that were used in developing this. You see Abreu most recently has put up points, Chris Sale through the decade, and then Konerko winding down his career in the beginning of the decade. Here's a comparison. On the left is the all-time team, and on the right are the players that are currently on the team putting up points, as well as some that aren't still with the team, but they're still in Major League Baseball, so they may come back, so I'm still keeping track of their points. You see there, several pitchers had very good seasons in 2019, so if they stay with the team, if they can be signed long-term, they have a chance at making one of the spots on the team. You see among the hitters, Tim Anderson and Jan Moncada had very good seasons. Anderson at shortstop, Aparicio doesn't have a really high point total, but he is in the Hall of Fame, and part of his strength was his defense, which my numbers don't reflect, but I've kept Hall of Famers on the teams like Bill Mazeroski and Ozzie Smith, so Louis Aparicio might retain that position. It'll be interesting to see as Anderson gets points, what we do about that. So here's the final view. The starters are on the left, the subs are on the right, the points are in the middle. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I plan to post the rest of the teams through the winter and into the spring. Thanks.